Hello, Fremont.Church family. I wanted to just check in with you with something that God really put on my heart this weekend. A bunch of us went to the Micro-Church conference in Kansas City, and we've got some friends there that we've been dialoguing with for a few years, just about how to be present in our community and finding ways to just be missional, be on mission outside the four walls of the church. And there was something that really hit me, and a lot of the speakers did a good job, and a lot of the presenters did a really good job of reminding us of this. But it was a really good reminder for me, and hopefully it is for you as well. There's so much talk about different models, different ways we could organize our churches so that we can, be on mission. And what happens so often in church spaces is that we get our, in our heads that this is the thing. This model worked really well for this group, so let's try it here. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But what happens sometimes is we take our eyes off of what's at the center of the target, and we make the method kind of almost our idol. And this happens in so many different areas of our Christian walk, where we want to argue about secondary doctrines, or we like this version of doing church over this version of doing church, or we really like this leader and the way that they do it. And we see this happen in the New Testament, where Paul has to shut everybody down to say, stop, don't worry about who you follow, whether it's Paul or Apollos. We're just servants of Jesus. Let's drop the stuff that doesn't really matter and stop arguing about it and focus on the things that really do matter. And it got me thinking about this verse in Galatians. In the book of Galatians, there's all sorts of outside influences on the church telling them this is what's important, and you need to do these practices, and you need to follow this group of people, etc., etc. And Paul is just like, stop. And he says this in Galatians 5. He says, the only thing that matters is faith expressing itself through love. The only thing that matters is faith expressing itself through love. And that is such a good reminder, such a good anchor point. Our faith, first of all, is in Jesus and Jesus alone, not in a book. Our faith is not in a religious system. It's not in a formula. It's not some, person's way of thinking. It's in Jesus. He is the author and finisher, perfecter of our faith. He's the one who can save. He's the one who shows us what God is like. It's about Jesus. And what did Jesus come to teach us? He came to teach us that love is at the center of all of it. Faith expressing itself through love. So that's a good reminder for us in all seasons and in every situation. As we're in this time as a church where we're moving from a kind of traditional model that says, come here on Sunday and we'll give you all the answers, and our pastor will tell you how you can put your faith in Jesus, to being more a missional model where we're being equipped to take the good news out there, because so many people will never walk through the walls, the doors of our church. So we take church to them. We bring Jesus to them through our presence, through our faith expressing itself through love. And so I just wanted to share that reminder with you today, that as we're going about our day, no matter what our job is, no matter what age we are, no matter what our life circumstances are, we were put on this earth for one thing and one thing alone, and that is to know God, to be in relationship with God, and to express our faith in Him through love for others. So if you're wondering, what's my purpose today? Or if you're having a bad day at work and you're like, you're frustrated and you're like, gosh, what am I supposed to do? Just remind yourself of that everything else, it's important. There are important things out there. Don't get me wrong. But for Paul, the most important thing, the only thing that matters, is faith expressing itself through love. So how today, tomorrow, the next day, can you look at the people that God has put on your path? How can you live out your faith through love for other people? That's what we're here for, and I hope that we can, as a church, continue to remind ourselves of that truth. That's the most important thing. That's the center of the target. Let's encourage each other to keep walking in that way and show the love of Jesus to people everywhere that we go.